Welcome to Central Coast Stadium. But today we've got the New South Wales Schoolboys versus the Queensland Schoolboys. So this is the first run through for these young fellas that have recently joined, and they're hoping to make their mark, especially with the trade window opening soon. And today you're with Luke Driscoll, and as well as with me is Luke Short. How you going, Luke?
G'day, Luke. How are you, mate? This is going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah, it's going to be excellent. The boys from the halfback and the 5'8" from the Titans will be leading these two teams around. The Titans have graciously let them jump on the field. We've got Borson's playing at fullback and McCluckey into halfback, which is normally 5'8". That's an interesting choice, wouldn't you say?
Boston's at fullback's are definitely an interesting one. Malaki is used to that halves, so we'll see how this goes.
So as we see Stroman and Ollie there just kick off, Dracos passes off to Cheddar, and Cheddar takes a big run getting to the 20-metre mark. How do you think today is going to go, Luke?
Well, being a New South Wales Welshman, I'm with my New South Wales Schoolboys, but you can't write anything off till that final siren.
Is there anything you'd expect from these young players to show while they're playing their first game here?
Just how much they desire that SRL jersey. They want to show that those captains that they deserve that spot. So hopefully we get a lot of eagerness and run meters out of these boys.
Yeah, as we see that we see a sidestep from Dracos who quickly runs, and they've made a lot of meters off this set, 57 meters, and they're about to get an attacking kickoff to the Blues line as they get the bomb over into the corner, and it's caught there by Hogan 3 meters out. This is some good field position. I'm hoping myself that we get to see some of the new blood talent, especially with these lads. They've obviously waited for most of this season to see this happen. As we see Castro taking a big hit up on the second tackle, they haven't even made it to the 20. What do you think they need to sort of get out of this this trap they've been put in by Queensland?
Yeah, no, it was a really good set from Queensland. To kick it down to the end and trap them. That's a good run. That's going to help them a lot there.
So we've just seen one of their halfbacks get tackled. So it's going to be interesting to see one of the other new Castro putting a big boot down into the corner. So far in the opening 4 minutes, Queensland's had all the field position. As we see Ryan get tackled at the 28-metre mark, and he plays the ball to Anderson. Anderson passes to Rigol to Lockyer, and Lockyer, he breaks one tackle and he steps around, and Borson's tackles him. He throws the offload to Alex Apoulos, and he's tackled 30 metres out from the New South Wales line. Geez, that was an exciting set. They certainly like to chance their arm, don't they?
Yeah, they're definitely throwing it around today. The Queenslanders have come to play. This is their second set running up, and they've already made it up to pretty much the 10 on the fourth. They're going to be able to put an attacking kick in here,
and they've got to be very wary of McCluckey, because McCluckey is quite a good attacking kicker. Obviously, playing at half, he won't get many, but it can happen. And as we see the tap back there to Dracos, he goes through to the post and scores a try. Oh, that was fantastic played by Queensland, and that was just all the pressure from the start. New South Wales have had no ball in Queensland's territory, and they've been made to pay.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good tap back. Excitingly enough, that come from a centre that kicked too. Their number 3, Jenner kicked that one up. So that's an interesting attack there.
Yeah, not typically someone you'd expect to be kicking, but certainly done the job. And it was a brilliant tap back, and obviously Dracos had no issues getting to the line. He was getting held, but he had enough strength to get through. As we see Stroman and Ollie setting up the tee to kick off again. I think Dracos has started off really well, certainly turning some heads. So I imagine some of the captains might rethink their tactics and structure coming into from what we see in this game. As we see McCluckey take the ball and pass to Harry Cheddar. Harry Cheddar again with another nice hit up, getting to the 22-metre mark. As he gets up to play the ball, McLucky takes a hit up and he makes a good 5 meters in post contact. Look, would you have ever considered any of these young fellas when you were captain?
Oh, every rookie has their potential. You just, it's the best way to get it out of them is to guide them through that process and help them along in that journey, and you'll get the best out of any rookie.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously, because you pulled Joey June to the Eels there, and played various different positions, but certainly played really well in the back end of that season. Brilliant hooky there as Hitchens takes the ball back, and New South Wales are just pinned back as they go to the blind side to Smith, and Smith is tackled 2 meters from where the play the ball is. They're getting camped down in this end, and they really need to find some space to get through. As we see Hitchens make a break, and he gets tackled by Dracos around the 32-meter mark. So New South Wales starting to get some more field position, but they're still stuck at their own end. Do you think they're just losing the battle of the forwards?
The field positions help, and that run there definitely helped. They'll be able to put a bit of a decent kick in here, but their defense has got to back it up. They need to stop these kick returns.
Yeah, as we see Anderson take the ball and he's tackled 20 meters out. I expected more on that return. It was good defence by New South Wales. I think they're hoping to do what Queensland's done to them, and so they get the field position. As we see them tackled on the third tackle, 30 meters out from their own line. Now he goes off to Harry Cheddar. Harry Cheddar, he pushes forward. He's had a lot of good hit ups so far in this game. He plays the ball to Alex Apoulos, and he kicks the ball down the corner. And this might roll. Oh, this is going to be dangerously close. And Bawson's taken that in touch.
Definitely not what Bawson's wanted there, but that's what's happened.
Oh, he might still be tired. So they were on their way back to Gold Coast Stadium after losing to Manly, and Titans graciously lent them the halves to play in this game. Again, surprise pick to see him at fullback. It'll be interesting to see how he will go at that. As we see Grove drive over, and has he got that down?
Yeah, it looks like he's dragged both his defenders over for that one.
The refs called it no try, but certainly when I'm looking at this replay, that he's maintained contact and got the ball down. That's a great try for Queensland, and Queensland are about to be up 10-0 with a kick to come.
Yeah, and as we saw, that was great strength. He dragged over his New South Wales number 10 in Melipoto and number 4 in Sam Castledine. So yeah, great strength shown from Buster Groove.
What a name. As we see him winding up to take the kick. And it's swinging back, and it's no good. So right now, 10-0 to Queensland Schoolboys. Excellent game so far. New South Wales being their own enemies. They've got no go forward, and they're stuck down in their own end. And what we're seeing here is just Queensland just controlling the whole tempo of the play. But as we know with watching any SRL game, that one mistake from either team can really be costly when it comes to giving away points. Tremendinoli kicks off. Alexopoulos to Cheddar. Cheddar taking another hit up. He must have had at least 8 or 9 hit ups thus far, wouldn't you say so, Luke?
Oh, he's definitely been the workhorse of these kickoffs. They've gone to him every single time.
Yeah. So he certainly will be a prop for the future, I imagine. Props are very highly prized in the SRL teams. It's nothing like getting a good prop to be a meter eater for you. As we see Dracos again doing a sidestep, it almost gets through half a gap, but he's tackled at just past the 50-meter line. So they made 44 meters off that set of 6, and they're about to get. I imagine they're going to kick it to one of the corners. Peg New South Wales back into their own end. Oh, and he sort of shanked it short as Hitchens takes the ball back, and he's tackled 32 out from his own line. So New South Wales should get the opportunity here to cross over in the halfway line, as we see Mullaputo go through, and he's past the 50-meter line. So, Luke, do you reckon they'll get the opportunity here to attack the Queensland line?
It's definitely a much better set from New South Wales. That shanked kick did help. As we see, they're on their third with Snipes taking up the tackle, free to bring him down. So that's, they'll get the attacking kick here, but it's going to be the kick chase. They're going to have to make sure it's on point.
Yep, as we get to the last, they've made 48 metres off this set of 6 as they pass it off to Reynolds. Reynolds puts the bomb up really close to the posts, and it's bounced back and it's caught by Og, and Og's just going to be safe on this side of the try line. As he gets up to play the ball 3 metres out, he's lucky to Johnson. Johnson's tackled 12 metres out. That was very lucky. Did that come off the post?
I don't know if it come off the post, but it was a pretty good placed kick. It was actually right on point. The tap back was pretty decent, but just no one there to take it.
One would have thought that would have been Borson's in normal circumstances. Obviously, position that he's not accustomed to, so you don't expect him to be as well placed as you'd think. As we see McLucky take a kick there, and Borson's has run it out. He's having an absolute shocker in this game.
Yeah, that one jersey's definitely not agreeing with him, is it?
Because he's picked that up 10 metres inside the line, and he's ran it out untouched. Weird kick from McLucky there. It didn't. That was a bit of a shank, as I said. They must be tired from that game against Manly. As we get to see a restart of play, 42 out from the Titans line. And as we see, sorry to cut you off, continue.
I was going to say, was it a shank kick or was it placed perfectly by his halves partner?
It could be. Maybe he knows Borson's weakness. As we see Rigol to Alexopoulos to McLucky, and McLucky takes another hit up, and he's 18 metres out from the, and it's a penalty.
That's not going to help him in any sense. New South Wales trying to get back to this game, given a penalty there. This will give him a fresh set of 6 straight up 10 metres out. It's probably more likely going to be try time again.
Yeah, New South Wales defence has been quite leaky so far. As we see Og take a hit up, and he's about 6 metres out from the Titans line, New South Wales line. As we see Anderson, he tries to push over, but he's stopped 2 metres out. They're certainly knocking on that door. Oh, and there's been a mistake there, and Reynolds has come up with the ball 3 metres out. That was very lucky for New South Wales.
Yeah, no, they needed that. I don't think they could have really defended another try, like being 10 down already.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of attacking flair from New South Wales, but that just comes down to they really have, they've had that one chance, I think, with that bomb in the previous set. But prior to that, they've just been coming out of their own end. As we see a Falcon there, as Hogan picks the ball up and they're tackled. They've made 24 metres, 32 metres out from their own line. They are struggling to get through their sets here. As we see Stromandinoli put a big boot on it and it bounces. That's a decent kick there. That's went a good 60 metres on the fly, wouldn't you say, Luke?
It was a good kick, but the kick chase on that was terrible. They've let him straight back up to the 40.
Yeah, as the old adage, a kick is only as good as its chase. As we see them knocking on the door again into New South Wales half, 40 out from New South Wales line. Off to Bill. Bill's going to take a hit up, and he gets it to 30 with 2 tackles to go. McLucky off to Dracos. Dracos steps 1. He cuts inside, and Borson's has got him. They're about 6 metres out. It's going to be interesting if New South Wales could hold them out. And you see Grove turned over on his back there.
Yep. So all they're going to do now is defend this kick, and they can, put the pressure back on. But we'll see. Oh well, they don't. They just run it straight up. They don't even try to kick it.
It's not even a bad thing for Queensland to do that because, as we've seen so far, New South Wales struggling to get out of their end and make any real meters in this game so far. As we see them pass it out to Lashley, and Lashley gets it to the 22. What do you think New South Wales need to turn this game around?
They need someone to take the ball and just run with it. They need those good meters. They can't just keep getting tackled in like. Boston's make a slip there with a step, but he gets tackled. But unless they can really get someone to get those meters, they're just kicking to try and keep the score off.
That's another excellent kick from Stromandinoli. He's kicked that another 60 metres on the fly. It's bounced into Queensland's line as Dracos returns it back 20 metres out from his own try line. That's probably the highlight so far, is the fact that their kicking is, they haven't ruined any kicks, and all of their kicks have found the ground and they haven't been caught on the full. As we see, Buster Groove
their kicking has kept them in this game so far. But with that, Willis just breaks the line and gets 10 metres.
Yeah, Lawson's forced to defend again. And he's been sent to the shadow realm after that tackle as he gets up to play on the last. Goes back to Alexopoulos and he's kicked it down into the corner. Caught on the full by Hitchens. Hitchens comes back and he's tackled 20 out from his own line.
Yeah, I felt that up here. I think that hit. That was a good one. That stopped the runs in the track.
Yeah, hopefully that's trying to hype up his teammates there, as we see Cleary push his way to close to the 40-metre line on the third tackle. Off to Lashley. Lashley, he throws the offload to Wakabayashi, and he's tackled 50 out on the fourth. They're going to get at least a kick to the corners, I imagine. And he's been absolutely rocked as Snipes there, and they're returning the favour. This is starting to get into a bit of a, and I said that their kicking's been good, and then they've been called for offside there. So, the commentator's curse of me that happens.
Yeah, that was definitely not what they needed. But yeah, no, Willis returning serves with that hit on Snipes.
Yep, as we see Og take another hit up. They're around 12 metres out or 15 metres out from the New South Wales line. This score line could have blew out fairly a long time ago. New South Wales has been defending fairly well so far after leaking those early tries. 10 minutes left. Hopefully that if they can keep it low, they'll get their opportunities in the second half, you would think, as we see someone driving and he's going over the line. I thought he was tackled for all money, but I think he's got that down. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, he's just driven that down. That's McClucky driving, and the New South Wales, the teammates aren't even helping. Boston might be a little cheeky there, going letting his halves partner in, but.
And as we see the bunker there given a try. So now we're 14-0. This game could blow out very quickly if New South Wales don't fix their issues, specifically around the territory, because Queensland's had all the ball in this first half. As we see McClucky put it over for another 2, so we're 16-0 with the kickoff to come.
No, New South Wales, they've been defending quite a lot. That takes a lot of energy out of you. If they can't fix that up, Queensland's just going to run away with this game.
That's 100% right, as we wait for Stromandinoli to kick it off again. I know he's certainly been very boisterous around the traps. He certainly wants to get his debut in the SRL. He's been around for quite a few seasons. I'm surprised he was never picked up, but we've obviously in the SRL got a lot of good halves, so the competition there is quite high.
Yeah, the competition for halves in the SRL is great. Even with 14 teams, it's it's a tough gig to get a starting side as a half. I know some teams they've got bench halves.
Yeah. And a lot of the time they'll use those in hooker or bipartisans, other places. I know that some different metas have come around, especially around Sims, as we're about to see the last tackle for Queensland. We're playing halves in as props, coming off the bench. Lots of different things have happened this year. So it's just, it's a waiting game for halves. I personally wouldn't want to be waiting in the back into the mines or in the Schoolboys system here. As a half, it'd be rough. As we see New South Wales, Borson's, he does a sidestep and he's taken off and he's tackled. Oh no, he's broken a tackle. He's got to make it to the 20. That was a good run from Borson's.
Yeah, that's given New South Wales an opportunity here, so they need to make most of it.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting what kick choice they take here as it gets past the Stromandinoli and he puts the bomb up towards the line. and it's caught in the full. So they'll get a 7-tackle set from the 20-metre line. Well, Queensland, that was a bit more promising from New South Wales.
Yeah, the kick was the right kick. It landed. It was positioned right on that line. Just couldn't get there in the end. The kick chases, but definitely much better. That's what New South Wales needs to do to get back into this. So Lex hopes we'd see it more.
As we see Og just make a good 12 to 15 metres after breaking a tackle, and now they've got New South Wales defensive line on the back foot as Buster Groove gets tackled 40 out from New South Wales line off to Bill. Bill, he takes a hit up, and he's going to drive his way to 31 metres out on the 4th tackle. So we're going to see an attacking kick here, one would think. Or is he a bit too far out, Luke?
They might try an attacking kick, or they might just put a little punt over the top.
Certainly went high enough, but Borson's has got it, but he's been smothered.
Yeah,
he's been tackled.
The kick chasers were on that. They were right there to take him.
It's Tremendinoli. He throws the offload to Castro. And Castro, he's gotten them out of trouble there because they was trapped 3 metres out from their own line as they play the ball to Reynolds. Reynolds to Tremendinoli. Off to Borson's to Reese. It's just unexciting what we're seeing from the Blues right now. They're not offering a lot in attack, but they've been pinned down their own end, as we see Lashley. Has there been a mistake? It's the first tackle.
Yeah, I think there was a knock on earlier, so they've got their second. They're in their second tackle, and they made it to the halfway. So we'll see them play the ball here from Reynolds, and Reynolds will go over the Snipes. Snipes will get tackled on the near the 40, so on 4th. They'll get an attacking kick here, though.
Yeah, they'll get the opportunity, provided they can sneak in. It might be a little bit too far out, but they'll certainly get the chance to peg them back in with 5 minutes to go in this half. As we see Castro kick the ball, and it's down into the corner, and it's Ryan. Ryan steps one, but he's held on to there as they get up to play the ball 20 metres out from their own line. Og to Johnson. Johnson takes a hit up. He makes a good 6 metres on his run there to the 30-metre line. McLucky, inside ball to Dracos. Dracos steps one. He's done a Superman then and missed him completely as they play the ball at the 40-metre line. McLucky, he takes a hit up. 4th tackle. This is getting a bit better for New South Wales in terms of defence. As we see Alexopoulos drive it over the 50-metre line. They play the ball. Passes to Anderson. Anderson puts the kick in over the top. As it's caught by Hitchens. Hitchens comes back. He steps one. He tries to cut in on the inside there, and he's tackled 25 out from his own line.
Yeah, it looked like he was almost away there for a second there, but yeah, Dracos has got him and brought him down, so that they've got the second on the 4th now on the 40.
Yep, and so there wouldn't be many play the balls left in this game, so hopefully New South Wales can get some points on the board before the end of the half. There's 2 minutes left as they play the ball. It goes to Snipes. Snipes drives it up. That's 37 metres off that set of 6, and we're about to see a kick. It goes to Stremendinoli. He puts that big boot down the corner again, and it's caught by Ryan. Ryan's driving back, and he's tackled 18 out from his own line. I assume that this will be the last set we'll see, as we see Johnson cut through one, and then he drives himself well and truly over the 30-metre line. Rigol off to Buster Groove. Buster Groove's tackled 40 out. What do you think of this half so far, Luke?
It's been Queensland domination. New South Wales have tried. They've held in tackles and held out in defence for quite a while, but they just haven't had any attack to be able to even try to threaten the scoreboard.
Yep. So they'll get one more bite of the cherry here as they pass it to McLucky. McLucky puts the kick over the top there. It goes to Hitchens, and Hitchens is tackled, and that's half time. We'll see you in the second half. So we're back for the second half here. With me is Luke. So what do you think so far? Do you think that in the sheds the Blues have had a big talking to from their captain?
Yeah, I would say so. They definitely need to make sure that they are getting those meters. They just can't be getting tackled. One out runs isn't going to cut it for them. They need to throw the ball around a bit, I think.
Yep, and that'd be similar to Queensland. Their captain would be happy so far. They've done all the small things right, and if you can play simple football and win the game, win the battle of the arm wrestle, and especially in the forwards, then you're certainly in the right place. As we see the Blues coming out from their own end from the kickoff, Reynolds to Snipes. Snipes drives his way. It's certainly a much better set so far from this kickoff than previous kickoffs, wouldn't you say, Luke?
Yeah, no, they've definitely had a better start to the second half so far. They are probably still going to fall up a bit short to putting an attacking kick in, but they'll be able to do something here, hopefully.
As we see Bawson's tackled 45 out from Queensland's line. Reynolds to Smith. Smith puts the kick in, and it's gonna bounce, and that's just too deep.
And
Certainly,
that's a terrible end to what was a good start. So Queensland will now have a 7 set, and we see Og take it up, take the first set up.
yeah. As Alexo Poulos, he was caught flat-footed, but he's managed to drive himself to the 28 meters from the Queensland line, and they pass it out to Lockyer. Lockyer's going to get pulled down. He's going to stand up very quickly. That was a good play. The ball, McClucky to Anderson, and Anderson's been forced back. This is a good defensive set so far. If New South Wales can hold it together, as we see Johnson take that hit up, fourth tackle, 42 out from their own line. McClucky off to Alexo Poulos. He's certainly been instrumental in this game so far. Any other standouts that you can think of, Luke? As we see a
Well,
penalty to New South Wales.
that's a penalty to New South Wales. Yeah, no, Stromanoli has been pretty good in the halves of the Blues. He's probably the reason why they have stayed in as close as they have with those kicks. You got Harry Cheddar that was making some good runs. They probably need him back out here making a few more runs, so hopefully they get to him. Whereas we see Reynolds goes to Smith, Smith goes to Borson throws an intercept to Ryan, and Ryan will run away to the 40.
That's unfortunate for the Blues. They certainly had a good chance to get some points on the board. As he's just bumped him off, and Lockie is going to run through and take another 12 meters as he gets up to play the ball on the second tackle. He's passed on the inside to Og. And he's pulled up with an injury. He's got an ankle sprain there. So that might be the last we see of him in this game as he gets up to play the ball. Passes to the outside to McClucky. He takes a hit up and he's tackled 15 out from the Blues line.
And that's a terrible injury. That's what happens. You've got very little match games and match fitness, and it's terrible to see.
Yeah, very unfortunate. As we see the kick coming over the top there, and he's caught and he's scored. What a great try from Alexo Poulos, and it's 20-0. Blues caught napping. They didn't want any part of that ball, and they've made them pay.
That's come off the back of a Blues player too, so he's just standing there looking around for the ball, and it's hit him in the back.
Bit unfortunate, but I just said Alexo Poulos is playing a really good game, and there's his just deserves for that. As we see McClucky kick it over for 22-0.
That's it. And I just realised I've made a mistake with Harry Cheddar. He's actually a Queenslander, so everything I said about him trying to help the New South Wales team can't really work out.
Well, it can. He can drop the ball or something. You never know. As we see Stramin and Ollie about to kick off. I think it's a long road back for New South Wales. They just don't have the sting to do it, unfortunately, as Dracos passes to Cheddar and Cheddar. And I've just said that, and Cheddar's dropped the ball.
Yeah,
As New South
that right
Wales.
there is a commentator's curse for sure, mate. But this is going to be a good chance for New South Wales to get back in this. I don't know how they do it, but they need to do it.
Oh, and he's absolutely rocked there. And he gets up to play the ball. Stramandinoli, he's going to take a hit up. He's driving. He's gotten over. I think we're going to go look upstairs, but I think he's gotten that down.
Definitely looks like it from up here. So there's points for New South Wales in the end.
And
And
another just deserving person to score. He's, as you said, like he was keeping them in the game with his big kicks. But that was a good run, very good run. And
yeah,
he had player on his back, and he just kept pumping those legs, and he got over and scored New South Wales' first try.
and that all comes off that hit on Cheddar. So we've cursed him for sure.
Yeah, maybe you commentated cursed him, saying that he was going to help New South Wales.
Yeah,
It certainly happened just
might be
then.
right there.
As we see Stremendinoli, he's setting up to kick the ball, and he kicks it, and it goes over the post, and it's 22-6. Good to see New South Wales get on the board.
Yes, and that will help them. That should give them a bit more confidence in their runs, knowing that they've got some points on the board. They're still down in this, but there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, very early in the second half. Obviously, we've seen Queensland strike the first blood in the second half, but New South Wales has responded well so far. Certainly playing a lot better than the first half, as we see Smith catch the ball, passes it to Burgess. Burgess bumps on for one, but he's dragged down from the back as he gets up to play the ball. Reynolds off to Smith, Smith to Castro, and Castro has had some really good runs so far in this game. So a lot of the forwards are playing really well, as we see Hitchens take the ball out wide. He cuts back in to stay away from the sideline. He's tackled 40 out on the third tackle. Off to Smith. Smith cuts straight through, and he's on a line break, but he's tackled by the fullback there, Dracos, and he gets up to play the ball. Much better sets. They've certainly got their their tails in the wind at the moment, do the Blues.
Yeah, and that's a good set after points. That's what you wanted to get to your kick. They'll put a decent kick in here. They'll just have to try and make sure they push and defend it.
Yep, as we see Ryan take the catch, and he's tackled 10 out from his own line. As we see a very tight defensive line here from the Blues, as off to Cheddar. Cheddar, after that shocking drop of the ball, he's held onto it this time. He makes 10 metres, and he's tackled 22 out from his own line, and that's off to Alexopoulos to Buster Groove. He's been very quiet in the first 10, 11 minutes of this half. He certainly was involved a lot more in the first half, wouldn't you say, Luke?
Yeah, he's definitely been quiet this time around. He had a lot of involvements in the first half, so we'll have to see if he gets into it for the second half.
As we see Borson's tracking back here, he's got the ball at his 10, and he's tackled 15 out from his own line. I was half expecting him to sidestep then, just didn't happen for him. So Mullapoto, he goes through the hole, and it's a high tackle. So they get to a free walk up the field. Certainly what the Blues needed.
My question there is, did someone bring a ladder on the field to high tackle that big guy?
You're not wrong. He's a big fellow, isn't he? As Castro. Castro gets absolutely whomped down to the ground, and he gets up, plays the ball very quickly. And Mullapoto again, he's coming into his own in this second half. He's certainly spurring on the Blues as Castro takes another hit up, and he's pulled down 15 out from the Queensland line on the third tackle. Smith off to Cleary. Cleary drives past the 10-metre line. We're certainly going to get an opportunity off this play the ball as it goes to Castro. Castro driving his legs, but he might have got down there. That's a fantastic try.
Yeah, he may have driven himself over there. We'll have to see.
Oh, that's got to be that would be almost close to a double movement, but I think he's got there.
Yeah, it looks like he may have got there in the end, but we'll have to. Is it going to be momentum?
Yep, the bunkers ruled it to be a try, so that's it. 22-10 with a kick to come. That's what the New South Wales Blues needed, and off the back of a penalty.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to strike. Get Queensland to pay for that penalty. And no one more deserving than Castro at the moment. He's been killing it at that 13. So to get that try too,
especially after in the previous play where he got rocked there in that tackle, but he got back up and he ran it again. Certainly shows that he's not afraid to take a big hit. As we see McLucky setting the ball up, ready to kick off.
Yeah, we didn't see too many Queensland kicks off in the first half, so it's good to see in the second.
Yeah. It was almost getting to the point that this could have been a runaway game, but the Blues have stepped up and is starting to come back as they pass it back to Burgess, and Burgess drives his way 20 metres out from his own line. I expect a big set here from New South Wales as they pass it to Mullaputo, and he goes through another tackle, and he's going to get dragged down by Borson's 45 out from his own line. He is having an absolute blinder this second half, Mullaputo, wouldn't you say so, Luke?
Oh, the shed chat must have gone. Oh, Hogan's gone.
Hogan's.
He's going to be over here. So Hogan's over. He has scored a try, and we are 22-16 with a kick to come.
That was a fantastic step into the inside there for Hogan. This game's not over. They've certainly turned up for the second half. The Blues have, and the Queenslanders disappeared. So hold on to your seats. We're in for a wild last 20 minutes as we wait for the kick or conversion.
Yeah, that was back-to-back tries for the Blues. They're definitely back in this. So whatever was said in that shed at halftime, it's working.
Yeah. Borson's has been very quiet at fullback so far, though. So it's certainly not the Borson's effect happening here. It's actually, I think we've read it, Stremandinoli, obviously Mullaputo. Like a lot of these young fellas standing up to say, hey, we're not out of this yet. So, 24 minutes left to play, plenty of time for New South Wales to take the lead.
No, plenty of opportunities too, we'll see.
As McLucky gets ready to kick off. And he puts it down. It goes to Reynolds. Reynolds passes to Burgess, and Burgess gets pulled down 21 out from his own line. He gets up to play the ball, rather slow play the ball as Tremandinoli passes to Cleary, and Cleary's driven back, tackled 22 out from his own line. So they made two meters off that play the ball as Tremandinoli gets caught flat-footed. I don't think he was expecting that, but he did drive a good 8 meters to get close to the 30-meter line as Snipes now, and that's a bit of relieving pressure there, having Snipes make those extra meters. Stremandinoli goes to kick, but he shanks it, and he's kicked it straight into the player that was running directly at him, and now Queensland's going to have the chance for an attacking play.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to go for a early 40-20 there, but the kick wasn't there. The kick went wrong, and now it's given Queensland the opportunity as they go to Anderson, and Anderson gets tackled.
Other than when they scored, Queensland haven't been down this end for quite some time, a good 15 minutes, as we see McLucky take a drive 5 meters out, passes to Bill. Bill's going to be turned over just short of the line. It's the last tackle. As we see Queensland ready to get an attacking kickoff, they pass it to Alexopoulos. He puts the grubber in. Cleary's picked it up, and is he going to drive out? He's done very well to get back into the field of play as Smith passes to Mullaputo, and he's just driven another 9 meters out, and they've gotten away from their line.
Yes, that was a good defensive set. They didn't let Queensland in terms of staying in this game. That's what they needed. A try there might have been a bit harder to chase down as they get Mullaputo up to the 30. He goes off to Snipes. Snipes gets tackled, but he is going to drive to the 40.
Yep, and as we see Reynolds to Stremandinoli, he's going to go for another early kick, and it's not going to have the distance, but certainly at the right end of the field. That was very close. He was 6 meters short of a 40-20 there.
It was a good attempt from him. We'll put Queensland up into their end of the field, so this will be a good chance for New South Wales to put on some defensive pressure.
Yep, as we see Buster Groove, there he is. He's back into the middle of the park, and he takes a hit up as he passes to Alexopoulos off to the left side there. Jenner steps one, and he's dragged down by the back. He crosses the 50-meter line on the second tackle. Bill off passes to Willis. Willis takes a hit up, and he gets inside the 40 meters from New South Wales line. It's McLucky. He takes another hit up, and he drives to 30 meters out. Bill passes to Groove. Buster Groove, another nice hit up, and we're about to see last tackle, 42 meters gained off this set of 6. Queensland plays the ball, passes to Alexopoulos, and he kicks the ball up, and Borsons has caught it, and he's tackled 2 meters out from his own line. I think
Also,
Queensland's gone back to that play of just pegging them back.
you saw little Borson tried to put a little step on there, but it just didn't work for him. As they go to Stramanoli to Wakabayashi.
Wakabayashi plays the ball. Stromandinoli passes to Cleary. Cleary's tackled almost instantly, almost an hospital ball there from Stromandinoli as he gets up to play the ball. Reynolds passes to Smith. Smith to Borsons. Borsons is tackled 30 out as he gets up to play the ball. 25 metres. Queensland's had a great defensive set here as they pass it back to Smith, and Smith is going to put his boot to the ball there, and it bounces once and is picked up by Ryan, and Ryan's tackled 40 out from his own line. They're going to get an opportunity here to cross over into half. Are we going to see Queensland have another attacking set?
That we more likely will. I'm not really sure, depending on how strong. And that's just open a hole straight up for. Oh, we have a super sub for some reason. It must have been that injury.
Yeah, that's right. Og was playing really, really well prior to that injury, unfortunately. So now we've got super sub on the field, and Anderson, he cuts in, and he's going to be tackled 18 out from the Blues line as they get up to play the ball. Passes to Rigor. Rigor puts the boot up, and it's going to land just short, and it's caught by Reese, and Reese is driven back, and that's a great kick chase there for them to get another repeat set.
Yeah, and that's Queensland dominance right there. They put that kick chase, the kick in, they put that kick chase on, and they get that repeat set.
Yeah, all game so far too. With that's the second dropout for the Blues, and I'm surprised it's this close because Queensland certainly it feels like just while watching it that they've had more quality ball in terms of field position. Wouldn't you say, Luke?
The scoreboard suggests that Queensland, but New South Wales hasn't. They're not out of it. The first half wasn't something to write home about, but this second half they've been stronger as we just see Anderson sidestep and go over. So then Queensland now is 26. This is going to be a harder kick to convert, so we'll have to see how Milwaukee goes with it.
We know he can slot them because he's slotted them this season for the Titans as he lines it up. What's the wind like today?
There is a gentle breeze. It's not flowing too bad across the field, so we'll see.
As I said, swing back around, and that's perfect. He slotted that right between the posts. So 28 to 18, 10 points in it with 13 minutes to go. New South Wales got to score soon if they fancy their chances, one would think.
Yeah, they've got to score next, New South Wales, in this. If they let Queensland in again, I can't imagine them coming back.
Yeah. If Queensland score again, I think just for pride, New South Wales would just make sure not to let any more points get scored as Willis gets to the 21-metre mark, gets up to play the ball. Rigol to Alexopoulos to Johnson to Super Sub. Super Sub drives his way, 32 out from Queensland's line. Second tackle, passes to Johnson. Johnson, bit flat-footed, but he gets there to 38 metres from his own line. Bill to Groove. Groove offloads to Rigol. Rigol's going to drive. Fourth tackle. Another decent set from the kick return here, would you say, Luke?
They've made up probably 44 metres from the kick. It's not the worst set, but it's at least they've completed the set after points. That's your number one priority, really.
As we see Hitchens get another kick return. He steps one. He's cutting back inside. He's going to get chased down there, and he's dragged down 35 out from his own line. Hitchens gets up, plays the ball. Reynolds to Lashley. Lashley offloads to Burgess. Burgess, he's dragged down almost instantly at 40 metres out from his own line. He gets up, plays the ball. Snipes runs the ball yet again, and he gets tackled 42 out. Third tackle, 10 minutes to play. It's all or nothing for the Blues here. They've got to score next. As Lashley, he drives his way up to past the 50-metre mark. Fourth tackle, plays the ball to Reese. Reese to Snipes. Snipes, last tackle. So Decent attempt, but they've really got to get closer to the line, wouldn't you say, Luke?
Yeah, they're not going to be getting any sort of tries from a long range unless you get a good return. So we just, as we see Anderson, he gets tackled on the 30, just past the 30. He goes to Bill. Bill will take the tackle and drive to the 40.
Yeah, just that arm wrestle as we see Dracos go through the middle. We've seen a lot of that in the first half, and he's tackled by Borson's 40 out from the New South Wales line. Third tackle. He gets up, plays the ball to Bill. Bill's going to take another hit up. I think we're going to get an opportunity here to see a nice kick from Queensland as they get up, play the ball to Buster Groove. Buster Groove goes to Willis. Willis is going to push his way to around 21 away from the Blues line. He gets up. They pass to Alexopoulos, and he's done a very short, shallow bomb. And it's all there, and it's caught by Anderson, but he's tackled almost instantly, so we're going to have a handover.
That probably wasn't the kick that they needed, but it's not going to hurt them on the scoreboard at least. So we'll see how New South Wales respond with Snipes taking the tackle there. He goes to Wakabashi, he goes to Borson's. Borson's get tackled. Doesn't really make any meters there. I think it's the same areas to play the ball.
Yeah. As Straminoli to Wakabayashi again, and he's going to drive his way to 40 out, second tackle. They're certainly going to have the opportunity to cross over into halfway here as we see Lashley drive his way to halfway. He gets up to play the ball. Reynolds off to Burgess. Burgess, he's going to use his big legs. He's had a lot of hit-ups in this game as he gets up to play the ball. Very slow play the ball, and Smith going to put it down into the corner. It's caught by Anderson. Anderson runs back, and he's tackled 15 out from his own line.
And then again, that's another shallow set from New South Wales that with 6 minutes left to go, they need to score if they want to try and make a comeback in this game.
Yeah, and it's all off the back of this defensive set, so they've got to really keep Queensland pegged down to this end as we see the third tackle, 15 out from Queensland's line, and they pass it to Buster Groove, and Buster Groove, he drives to around 28 from his own line. Fourth tackle, so they've done well here, the Blues, with this set, as we see Bill tackled last tackle on the 30-metre line. They've made 23 metres. We've seen that earlier with Queensland doing that to New South Wales, but now New South Wales has returned that serve as we see Jenner kick the ball, and it's going to bounce, and it's going to get picked up by Borsons, and Borson's going to run back. He steps one, and he's going to be tackled 35 out from his own line.
Yeah, and we finally get a good kick return from one of those kicks. So now the New South Wales do have some good field position to start their set.
Yeah, and one would think you've got to score off this set if you're going to have any chance to come back in this game. So they've got 2 tackles now to get through it. Barring if there was a penalty or something given away or a knock on from Queensland, they've certainly got to start chancing their hands as they get up to play the ball 40 out from the Queensland line. It's passed to Burgess to Borsons. Borsons throws a big ball back to Smith, and Smith's going to drive last tackle, 41 metres gained. What sort of kick are we going to see here? As Burgess,
just be a punt. That was, a much better kick return from them, but again, they just can't make any meters. They're not. Queensland's defense is shutting them down. They're not making any sort of breaks in the line as we see Dracos take a tackle there.
Yep, and they just got to coast here to the finish. They don't have to try anything silly. There's simple football with 2.5 minutes left, or a minute and a half left, as we see Buster Groove take a line break, but he's thrown an intercept. So the Blues might have a chance here to score a consolation try as they play the ball 50 metres out. Pass to Borsons. Borson's going to drive his way 40 out from Queensland's line. And it's a penalty too, so they're going to get a free lift up the field, but there's only 50 seconds left.
Yeah, this has been a tough game from both ends. Queensland domination in the first half has proven the difference. Even if New South Wales score here, they're still going to be down. So they can only play for the jersey and the pride now. So hopefully they can get it up here. As we see, Reynolds goes to Snipes. Snipes takes the tackle. He's going to drive towards the 10. So then Reynolds will play to Straminali, to Burgess. Burgess takes the drive. He gets past the 10. But that's the whistle.
And thanks for watching the Schoolboys as we see them all patting each other's back, and hopefully we'll get to see their stats. What do you make of that, Luke? Good opening.
It's a good game for the Schoolboys. It's a good first game. They've some players have shown why they deserve a spot in the SRL, but there's going to be plenty more opportunities down the track to show what you're really made of. So don't get too disheartened off this game.
Yeah, that's 100%. As we quickly look through the stats here, they actually, that second half really did bring New South Wales back into the game, as we see like they had a little bit less of time and possession, but they didn't make as many errors as Queensland. Although in the first half, would you say that New South Wales had more errors?
I'm not sure which half had more errors, but it was definitely the first half. Queensland field the opportunity in possessions. As we see, the missed, not so much the missed tackles, sorry, the tackles, 188 to 157. There was definitely more tackling from New South Wales, which means you're not going to have those opportunities in attack. As we see, 29 line breaks from Queensland
to 17. As we move over here to New South Wales, as we look here, Ethan Castro, excellent game, 181 metres, 3 line breaks, 4 tackle breaks. Same thing with Stramandinoli as well. Yeah, look at that, 130 metres, 11 tackles, 7 kicks, 294 metres in kicks. Mulapuro, 4 line breaks. I thought he had some tackle breaks in that game as well, but he certainly, in that 40 minutes he played, he certainly was very important to New South Wales as potential comeback to New South Wales. Anybody stand out for you, Luke?
Yeah, Strowman Ali did. He as you saw, he got those. Plus, he also got 1 try assist and a try himself. So he was definitely the probably the player for New South Wales. Castro, lock's not one of the easiest positions to play. He did it for 66 minutes and has done quite an amazing job at it.
Yep, and as we move over to the Queensland stats here, Dracos went missing at the start of that second half, but at the back end there, he certainly showed back up with 5 line breaks, 195 metres, and a try to his name as Alexopoulos. He certainly did a lot as well in mustering around the Queensland team. Any players here that stand out for you?
Yeah, Alex Polo, sorry. Yeah, he was outstanding too. So both sixes we have to commend. They were crucial for both their sides. They were definitely the reason for driving around the field. Dusty Og was actually doing a very good job at that lock until he was injured. 148 run meters in 46 minutes is still pretty decent. Buster Groove, yeah, very, very active in the first half. Second half, not so much. And same with Dracos. Every time Dracos touched the ball, he was always away.
Yeah, and as you see there, like half of their team there has over 100 beaters. So they deserve that win. And looking forward to the next game. And that's thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.